it's just this ocean. There are millions of people who are trying to live honest, decent lives, overcoming such incredible odds. It's astonishing that, in my own city, I'm born and brought up here. They're living next to us, but we know so little.
On the move, Satish Muniraj is buying from the wholesaler. He owns a petty shop in the slum where he lives. 2,000 rupees of rice is an investment, all part of his ambitious plan to provide for his family and regain some status in his community.
How can we live in a world in which you and I can have access to a set of financial services which makes our lives tick and not make that available to these people?
Janalakshmi is an urban microfinance organization, and with over 1 million clients, their loan business has been growing fast. Now, 7 years in, they've embarked on a radical project to reshape the entire business around the lives of poor people. By learning more about how poor people live, they hope to develop products that meet their needs and help the Janalakshmi business.
For Janalakshmi, the idea of Grameen-style microcredit has not been the ending point, but rather just the very beginning of the kind of much broader financial institution that they've always envisioned.
The goal is for Janalakshmi to transform itself, to go beyond loans and offer the next generation of financial services for the poor.
To actually think about the fact that poor people have goals and have their own plans for how to get there, and that you can actually be a partner for them in their journey. It's an aspiration for very few institutions, and then the actual execution of it has been done by even fewer.
By hearing what poor people want, they hope to reveal new opportunities for the business.
This process of learning, of listening to customers and doing something not just about a loan will help us to open up a whole new arena for us as a company and add value to these clients.
It's taking Janalakshmi deep into neighborhoods like Gundappa layout. Here, 230 families live, play and work. Satish's store, where his mother Neelamma works from 8 in the morning to 9 at night. Business is going well and Satish is looking to expand. Today's CGAP and the Janalakshmi team have come to talk with Satish as they begin to develop household profiles.
He said, how can I focus, get these lump sums that then I either reinvest in my business and grow the business with his ultimate long-term goal of again regaining status. And how he described that status was, in the long term, what he wants is this big house.
ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರಬೇಕು? ಏನು 30-40 ಇದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು.
30-40. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತದ್ದು ಆಸೆ ನಿಮಗೆ?
ಏನೊಂದು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಒಳಗಡೆ.
In 10 years, that's where I want to be. So it's fine for me to make sacrifices in the short term, and whatever money I have will go into my business.
This piece of plywood adjacent to his store doesn't look like the beginnings of a business empire, but it's prime real estate on the main thoroughfare of the slum and the cornerstone of Satish's expansion plans. He's acquired it to set up a mobile recharge business.
ಗೋಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಗೋಡೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಶೀಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ತರ ಶೀಟ್.
It's amazing how aspirational he is. So he has a goal, he's planning on, and his earning and his spending are very much in line with that goal. And I think we'll see from other interviews that families aren't the same.
Janalakshmi knows that listening to customers like Satish could have profound implications for their business.
It actually takes the reorienting of an entire institution to be customer-centric.
Shivakumar is an auto rickshaw driver. He drives his own vehicle through the Bangalore traffic until he makes 500 rupees every day.
Namaskara.
The house in Chenamakere is small but immaculate. His wife Mahalakshmi works in a garment factory. They both come from very poor backgrounds, but they're self-reliant.
ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ನನಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೈ ಚಾಚಬಾರ್ದು. ಅವನ ಕಾಲ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನಿಂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು.
This is a household that's not as aspirational. They're much more content. We've really accomplished a lot. We've done it through hard work. What's really important is that our son does well, we educate him well, but it's a much calmer kind of tenor to the profile.
ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ದೇವತೆ ನಾವು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಹೂ ಇಟ್ಟು ದೀಪ ಅಂಟಿಸಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ.
There's a whole series of implications for Janalakshmi when they look at this customer and managing the customer's wealth over time.
Listening to clients sounds easy, but putting that into a growing business is surprisingly difficult. It means taking the long view on profit.
How can we open our mind reconfigure the distribution and delivery system so that it's customer-centric, adding value to them. And then the residual challenge we must believe we can solve, which is how do we make money out of this? Hero!
Phase 1 of the project is coming to a close, and today the Janalakshmi staff and consultants are presenting to the managers who will be responsible for integrating the findings from dozens of interviews into the business.
So Kaleido it's a lens that you view the household.
They've developed a tool that maps the key elements of the interviews. Kaleido builds a family profile that captures their financial information, attitudes, and events in their lives that can propel a family forward or back.
Trying to understand what is the amount being spent on a particular event or earned during an event.
It's the framework they'll use for profiling future clients and developing new products to meet their needs.
Ensure that you sell products based on data that you're collecting. Be reactive so that it starts paying for itself, and then over a period of time it starts helping you in the strategizing approach that you're talking about.
So you've tried to take each of these codes and attributes and trying to map it to a product.
I'd like for us to see where customer centricity just becomes a way of life, and we don't even have to put it up on a wall or have a study around it.
In the coming months, they'll be trying to match this lofty vision with the business realities on the ground.
We're going to roll this out, and we're going to take that learning as it meets the metrics that we expect, and then start moving it across the rest of the organization.
Finally, the profile is at a stage where you can even think about implementation. And so we're really bumping up against now the challenges of implementation.
If they succeed, it will be an important demonstration in a key market that a better understanding of the lives and needs of the poor can help generate value for the business and for poor families.